So you need two guys known for their comedic talent. I think you should try again. This is Firewalker on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
So Firewalker,
Yeah.
what a wild ride.
It is not an... What?
What a fun comedic adventure through ancient history and mysteries and suspense and danger and thrills and chills. And my God, how did Steven Spielberg not direct this?
The guy who directed this, at one point in his career, is nominated for an Academy Award, BAFTA, and the Palme d'Or.
Yeah.
Did he just get drunk for the last 10 years? It was... Because the direction is horrible.
It's awful.
The editing is great. It's like, well, we have no way to end this scene, so cut. We're going to the next place.
We're over here now.
Like, you don't need to know how we actually got out of this.
They have video game fast travel.
Indeed. They really do. Ah, man. And I truthfully have no fucking idea what happened. Like,
I've got some questions for the sort of
really simple, cut and dry, like it's just a treasure map adventure thing, but all of these surrounding pieces are just like, I don't get it.
What?
At all. I mean, there's just too many, like, motivations for characters that don't go anywhere. Whereas in, like, any of the Indiana Jones movies, they're all going to try, everybody's trying to get the same exact thing.
Yeah.
That's what's there. It's a race always to, like, who can get to the treasure first. That is not the case with Firewalker.
No.
The only people that seem to be even aware of the treasure are these three idiots.
And a guy who's maybe not a guy.
I don't think he's even aware of the treasure, Sam. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about El Coyote?
El Coyote.
I don't think that he knows about the treasure. I think he's trying to get power. Because he even says, thank you for bringing her to me and the knife. Now I'm going to go cut her up in the cave so I can have Firewalker power.
The power.
He's not interested in the treasure one bit.
No.
This is just treasure that's in some Indian temple's basement that has been forgotten about, except for by these three guys.
You know, he's getting his stipend from the casino.
Oh.
He's doing okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh. That's so offensive, Jackie.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Not as
it
offensive
is.
as
I have never won
movie.
once in an Indian casino.
I'm
jaded.
As offensive to native indigenous peoples of areas around the world as anything, because there's Louis Gosset Jr., there's three idiots, and then there's indigenous peoples.
And some Mexicans.
I'm lumping them in. Like,
No,
basically,
the military guys, you can't say that they're
true.
indigenous. Yeah.
That's true. But it's like the Native American of North America, and then the South American. They're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
The Aztecs,
Every place is...
Pueblos,
yep.
whatever. It's all the same shit.
Indians,
according
Indians.
to this
Yeah,
movie.
Right. And they really throw the military of Mexico, whether they're actual military guys or like guerrillas or whatever. Like, you know, you never know who's who in these movies that take place in Central America. Like, if they're militants or dictator guys or whatever, but they're pretty rapey.
They are bad guys.
They're bad guys.
That's one of the only things I'm clear on is, except for that I don't remember the name of it. The country is San Pedro, San Luigi.
San Miguel. It's not
San
that hard.
Miguel.
Yeah.
San
Simeon.
Mambo.
San Firmamamo. I love that place.
Yeah.
It's where all the cruise ships stop. San Firmamamo.
That's a good port there.
You get some nice silver jewelry there.
I'm thinking about vacationing in San Fernando tomorrow, next week. Wherever this fucking place is, the one thing that I could figure out is that the uniform militaries are regulars, and that who we'll talk about later, John Rhys Davies' character, is the resistance to them. So those are the guerrillas,
okay.
And the rest of them are the actual endorsed military.
Both are rapey.
Yes.
There is no side that is not rapey in the Central America bullshit revolution, both sides are equally rapey.
Yeah, I actually have that as a note. It was like advertising. Mexico, come get raped.
And you might enjoy it because there's a sense of like she seems she's very forgiving about the horde of men, 60 men that almost put sperm into her body and on her body. Let's face it. Made a real mess of her, and she instantly forgives them and starts having one of those fun nightlife, like, oh, I'm dancing with the fun cultural people of Central America, and everything is good now, and it's so romantic and wonderful here. You almost got trained by 60 guys.
Yeah. It's as if the script was written, so, like, I don't remember if it was Siskel and Ebert, one of the two of them, when either of them was still alive, said something about, like, this movie was based upon the gross returns from Romancing the Stone, that they saw those grosses, and they were like, go make a adventure movie real quick. A guy wrote it in, like, a day, and then they got it back, and they're like, okay, you need to put these scenes into it now. Because, like, her dancing in the rain is basically the Volkswagen.
Absolutely.
As much as it was stealing from Indiana Jones, it actually steals from Romancing the Stone more than any other movie.
Absolutely. I totally feel that. I mean, her enjoying herself with the natives.
Dancing in the Rain was Kathleen Turner.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
just stole, like, you need to put this scene in now, too. Because this is, the whole movie is in her dancing in the rain.
Even though, I mean, they're going to plug her up so much that they're going to put new holes in her so they can put her their
really
more
just
wieners in
can't
there.
let go of this gang rape, can you? I'm trying to move past it. I'm trying to get out of there. You keep dragging us back in to gang rape village.
Sounds like a place Justin's like, yeah, I'm totally going to find this place.
It's right next to San Bernardino.
It is in the middle of San Bernardino.
Come to Gang Rape Village.
Gang Rape Village.
They've got signs on the side of the road. 6 more miles to Gang Rape Village. Do we want to turn around? No, let's just keep going and check it out. I mean, it can't be that rapey.
It says no gas for 200 miles afterwards, so we got to stop.
Oh, and then Chuck. Let's talk about Chuck here. This is Chuck's third time on Supermanus.
The first thing I want to mention about this Norris is that in any incarnation of Norris in film, his hair sucks.
Mm-hmm.
This, however, I think is the worst. It's longer than usual, so it's like I wrote down early on what I've decided to call it. This is the Crimson Poof.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Oh, that's what I was thinking too. Very poofy.
Because it doesn't ever get. It's too long to just be. It's too long to just be a normal haircut, but it's not long enough to be a mullet, and it's heavily feathered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all it is just a poof.
And his mustache he's got the tall mustache.
Yeah.
Like each hair on his mustache is like 1.5 inches long. Like when you have a mustache that tall, your upper lip must like drop or something because his face looks all stupid. He looks like he's got a stupid face because his mustache is too fucking big.
And it's not hanging under his lip. It's his mustache is so thick that he's got it trimmed right above his lip line, and it's still like 3 inches of mustache.
It's huge.
It's a giant mustache.
I liked it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good.
Huh.
Thought it added to his macho-ness.
I think Chuck Norris is possibly maybe the second least handsome person on the planet, right after Tommy Lee Jones.
I think he might have been the second least handsome person in this movie.
That's true.
Oh,
Louis
come
Gosset
on.
Jr. is not an attractive man.
He is really not.
Come on. Chuck Norris was the most attractive guy in this movie.
But, yeah.
And, he's not the room guy bad.
Yeah, he's not Tommy. He's not Tommy. But
yeah, he doesn't have a weird body that I'm like, what is that? And then I'm like, oh, it's a sex scene.
His face sucks, Jackie.
No, it
sucks
doesn't.
so he is not handsome.
He's okay. He's the average guy that you take home at 2:00 in the morning when you're like, fuck, it's really thinning out in here. And you're like, okay, fine, done.
That's one you chew your arm off of. That's a coyote. That's what we call him. You wake up and you have to chew your arm off to get away
I don't
from
think
him.
anybody has to chew their arm off with Nora. I think he just disappears.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, he seems like the kind of guy that would bang you and then wait for you to start snoring and then he'd be out.
Well, okay. How about charm? Jackie thinks he's apparently gorgeous.
I
think he's hideous. Sam, how's the charm level?
the charm level that is self-described in the movie, I would give it on a scale of 1 to 10. I think that Chuck Norris is about 1.2 charming.
1.2 charming. I could go with that.
Okay, I was going to be gracious and say a 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
What did you see in this guy? He stinks.
He can almost do the air splits.
That does not make him charming.
yeah, the karate, it's top notch.
The
but,
karate's a 9, obviously.
yeah, but the charming is he can't deliver a joke. He looks like it hurts when he smiles.
Uh-huh.
Like smiling
pained.
actually hurts him.
Oh.
I liked it. I thought it added to the movie.
Apparently, Jackie knows what a real man is.
You two little fuckers don't know anything.
This does not say good things about me.
Well,
as
no,
a person.
I know full well that I would not be able to compete with Chuck Norris against Chuck Norris for the ladies.
Oh, yeah, because he'd be like, let's get in a kicking contest.
What?
And you would immediately fall down.
To this day, I'm sure he's probably not happily. I don't know. Who knows if he's Tom Catting around or what, right? But line up 50 women and they get to silent ballot between a 70-year-old Norris and me. I think it's a landslide in Norris's.
I think you're throwing yourself under the bus here. He stinks.
Oh, he stinks. Yes, but he's Chuck Norris.
So?
They would know that.
I know a lot of people that would like to see Chuck Norris be burned alive. So I don't know, man.
Those people are dicks.
He's an asshole, Jackie. He is a real son of a bitch, Chuck Norris.
I don't care.
I don't like Chuck Norris as a person either, but
I don't know anything about Chuck Norris as a person.
he thinks that homosexuals should be lit on fire as well.
Wow, what a piece of shit.
And he lobbies against them.
Yeah.
So he's a dickhead.
Maybe
He's
we
a
should
total
just start
dickhead.
boycotting Chuck Norris
No,
now.
you can't. No, we're gonna watch his movies because he's playing characters. Who cares what he does in his personal life? You still could be like, oh, fuck Chuck Norris, but you still could watch his movies. You just don't give him any money. Fuck him.
Yeah, no, I just don't listen to his political affiliations.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah,
to.
'cause,
not everybody has to agree with each other on planet Earth, Jackie. You can have diversity.
Well, anyway.
He's
He's a nice, likable guy in his movies.
You
Let's
just
go with that.
get a podcast and call him a dickhead on it.
So, okay, wait, we got to go back to this. He's a nice, likable guy in his movies. We've done, this is the third one.
Correct.
So, we have, in terms of likable guys now, which I guess in this one he's fairly likable because he has a friend.
Yeah, that's true.
In Invasion USA, if you know him, you die.
He's friends with an armadillo.
He's
that's
friends
about as cool as
with
he
an
gets.
armadillo. He seems to be fairly unreasonable. And then in Delta Force, he's a man who eats cream corn and Budweiser. Fairly likable guy.
And beats the shit out of a man past the point where you should beat the shit out of a man. Like, he beats Robert Forster up too much. Like, he is a psychopath in Delta
Force. He doesn't
Force.
just beat him, he blows him up afterwards.
Yeah, he explodes him as well.
He beats him within an inch of his life and then allows the adversary to watch Chuck Norris blow him up. Like, I'm going to beat you until you can only barely see so that you can see me blow you up. That is fucked up shit right there.
Fucked up shit, man. That's some Vietnam shit right there. Like, whoa, bad stuff, guys.
Bad stuff.
I'd do it.
Whoa.
All right. She can't be dissuaded that Chuck Norris's characters aren't really that cool.
Okay, let's not talk about the other ones. Let's talk about this guy.
Okay.
All right.
This character was likable.
How?
He tried to make some jokes.
Aren't
He had,
good.
he had a friend.
He
had
does
a
have
friend.
a friend who also sucks.
He acknowledged that he wasn't good with a gun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Issue, right? That's fine.
I don't know. I thought he was personable. I liked him.
He tries hard. I'll give him
Yeah.
that. I would like if this person, when it comes to good neighbor, bad neighbor, no, not even a chance, Jackie.
I don't think he has a home.
Well, he doesn't have a home, but get thee away from me, you guy.
What
I
is
don't
his
like
name
him.
in this movie? The other guy's Leo.
Max
And Leo.
yeah,
Ugh.
and Patricia. Let's talk about Patricia.
Melanie
Returning-
Anderson.
Melanie Anderson from Flash Gordon.
Yes.
I like her with the blonde hair. I think she looks good.
Yes.
She reminds me visually a lot of the lady that was in the X-Files and The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah? Sure.
Julian Moore?
Yes, Julianne Moore,
From the X-Files.
Agent Bilbo from the X-Files, Julianne Moore, of course.
Actually, I believe,
And zombie number 62 from The Walking Dead.
she was actually Agent Bilbo in Lord of the X-Files.
It was better than your no name in it. At least I threw something out there so that way
She's,
somebody can call me an idiot
it's
later.
like Laura Stevens or something like that.
All right.
The blonde lady, Maria Villalobos from the UN. You know who I'm talking about? The UN lady.
no. We don't know who you're talking about.
The UN lady.
Yeah, Mulder's contact at the United Nations. Like, she's not supposed to be helping
It's
them.
been 10 years since I watched
Yeah.
every episode of that show.
And they kind of like were giving the googly eyes at each other a little bit.
Maybe.
But, yeah.
No.
She's sort of every lady from 70s television to me.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is that she's in a lot of 70s television
could be,
shows.
yeah.
She's in like an episode of everything.
She's strange in this film. Her character is different.
Yes.
The way she speaks and the way she declares statements are, you could have said that, but you could have just said, we'll get into some of those things later. But she makes these like vague statements about things. It's like, no, just say what it is. Why are you being so weird? And like,
I think it's everybody. I think that there's parts of the script where they just added some sentences in. Like, we need some sentences here.
okay.
Put some sentences in here.
Yeah.
And then they did, and those sentences are very strange, and they don't make sense, and they don't work towards the story in any way.
What's her job?
She's the legal secretary.
Yes.
Is she 100%, or was that just
That's-
an excuse that she gave that was, hey, don't rape me? I'm just a legal secretary.
I believe her.
Okay.
I think that's true.
So how did she get her hands on this goddamn treasure map?
She has visions.
She goes yard sailing on the weekends, and she bought an old trunk, and it was in the top. That's my theory.
A snake probably put it in her nightstand.
How?
Yeah, because
Snake Patrol.
Snake Patrol and El Coyote was like, that's the one we're going to sacrifice. All right, snake number one, start the snake train and get this over to legal secretary Blondie, Patricia. Put it in her nightstand.
Man,
You know-
unless you've seen this movie, none of that makes sense.
None of that makes any sense. But like, to think about sending something via carrier pigeon would take a while. Could you imagine if you were like using snakes as a courier service?
yeah,
It would be like 10 years before anybody would get anything.
SPS,
No.
No.
Snake.
the Snake Postal Service.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Say hi to your friendly snake.
We lost,
They're in my mailbox.
we lost another one today, Jim. We're going to need a replacement for Harry.
All our snakes are getting ran over by actual mailmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's fun. I think she was my favorite part of this movie as far as the cast. Then we got Louis Gosset Jr., who is not a quality actor. Is what I would describe him as.
Academy Award winning Louis
What
Gossett
did he win an
Jr.
Academy Award for?
Best Supporting Actor and an Officer and a Gentleman.
Oh yeah, you said that on the.
Yeah.
God, that is just so mind blowing.
An Officer and a Gentleman, I don't like that movie at all. I think
can't
it
see that,
sucks.
but just he sucks at acting.
I
Like-
thought he was funny.
Oh, because I was going to say, my thing with him in this is that Louis Gossett Jr. not as funny as Chuck Norris.
Yeah, really, honestly.
Well, yeah, he wasn't as funny as Chuck Norris, but I kind of thought Chuck Norris was pretty awesome.
And he fucked up like 4 lines. Like, he didn't deliver 4 lines properly. And then he's got Mr. Ed mouth. You ever notice whenever he smiles,
He's got a lot of gums.
his gums are as tall as Chuck Norris's mustache.
Yes.
It's out of control. He's got crazy gums.
Crazy gums.
Yeah.
Those are the 3.
Yeah.
That's who's in this movie.
Uh-huh.
Star-studded cast.
Yeah. I just don't have very much to say about Louis Gossett Jr.
No, there's
I
not a
think
lot
you
to
could have
say.
put anybody in this role, and it would have been not very good.
I'm sure it was just sidekick.
Which is a little offensive.
Well, he is an Academy Award winner. He shouldn't have had to do that.
He shouldn't have been able to be
He
a
should have
psych-
He should have been in better movies. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
like Ace's Iron Eagle 3.
Yeah, right. That's a good one. Let's dive into this piece of shit. It starts out with a fun desert jeep chase.
Through a multi-ethnic desert.
Uh-huh.
He's being chased by Native Americans, Mexicans, and Arabs.
And with maybe like a little bit of Indonesian guys
Yeah.
mixed in there too.
Some Indonesian guys.
Maybe
and-
some gummies, some gummy bears.
What?
Guamies.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So offensive, it's obscure.
yeah, I've never even heard of that. And I'm an offensive person.
I worked with a couple gummies. They were really nice people. But they called each other gummy, so I figured I can call them gummy.
Interesting.
You gummy bastard.
When is the racism charming? Usually never.
It's when you get very confused about fighting the gummies. Wait, I thought we were fighting commies. No, we're fighting gummies.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Wow, Chuck Norris is really looking good now with his comedic abilities.
Yes.
They call it the rainbow scare.
The
Oh my God, you suck so bad. Shut up.
yeah.
You suck so bad. Just shut up over there. Quick, Sam, change the subject.
All right. So they're getting
tell a worse joke like
Gummy
gummies
bears.
versus the Swedish fish.
ooh.
Because
Jumping here and there and everywhere. We are the gummy bears.
I like gummy bears. They're much better than Swedish fish, in my opinion.
I don't really like any of it.
Okay, all right. Well, you, sir, are an asshole. How
Yeah.
dare you not like them? All right, so we have no idea why they're getting chased. Just cuz.
We find out.
Oh, we
Yeah.
do? I don't know why they're getting chased.
Well, they get chased for quite a while, and they eventually crash into an oasis.
They jump the Jeep right into a palm tree.
Yep, and that's when we are introduced to the General, who is obviously Asian.
Yes.
Like General's chicken.
Like General Mao Zedong.
He looks like he's from the People's Republic of China.
He does.
Well, he's got enough stuff. I mean, I've seen all of those decorations at my local Chinese restaurant.
That's true.
But then he can't be, because he's chasing them through the desert with a gang of multi-ethnic henchmen.
Maybe there's just a fan club that hates him.
Maybe he went to Home Depot.
Just
God
such an
damn it.
ass. Hello, welcome to the Racist Podcast.
And he's still not as racist as this movie. It's amazing.
Okay, why? So you know who's chasing them? Why?
Oh, who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
We don't know why they're getting
No.
chased. Just
Yeah,
the
I have
who.
no idea why they even staked him to the ground and made a whole scene out of it.
I guess they're just they're adventurers and they go from place to place and they're not really concerned about the rules and etiquettes of the places that they go to. They just want to get their job done, which is mostly getting treasure.
Yeah, they probably screwed the General over on a boat deal.
Yeah.
So, here's my question. There were a lot of opportunities for wiener sneaking.
Wiener sneaking.
Yeah, so you could look at people look at their wieners in this movie. And not once did they take advantage of it.
So, well,
I think
mean,
that I'm kind of pervy. Maybe if I would have been back in the 80s, I'd been like, all right, and this is the point where you, as General Chow, want to know if you're anything close to Chuck Norris, so you sneak a peek at his weenie while he's tied up.
So what you're saying right now is that the first scene of them strapped down, you're like, all right, other men on screen, let's go get a look at those wieners.
That's in Jackie's opinion. That's what kept this from being like a really successful movie. Well, nobody. This is totally unbelievable. They're not looking at each other's wieners.
That would really happen. You'd be like, all right, we're going to leave you here to die right after we check out those wieners.
I would have looked. I was like, you're Chuck Norris, right? Totally looking at your wiener.
Can we get the sketch artist over here? I
Yeah.
want to take a picture.
He had a Polaroid.
Yeah, dude, you just get your picture taken with it. You just put your face down there like, Chuck
Those
Norris's
are-
wiener.
4, because you don't have to send them out to the photo booth that's going to keep the pictures of the wieners for themselves. Yeah.
Scan it and put it on Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
Make it your Tinder profile picture.
Tinder profile picture. Me next to a sweaty trouser snake.
I'm always looking for exotic animals.
So yeah, they're staked down, and he gives them a bottle of Perrier, and like, you will die of thirst, but in your hand is the very thing that can save you. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah, he's real. That must have been a bad boat deal that they screwed over the General on, because he's pretty pissed. He also has a very formidable force of at least 13 people.
Yes, indeed. Quite the general.
Yes. I know sergeants in charge of more men, but he is the General.
Maybe this was the weekend and everybody else was on leave.
He also has some of those paper mache lamps on his dune buggy.
I thought that was awesome.
I did too.
Yeah.
So he takes off, and to get out of there, Chuck Norris crushes the Perrier bottle with just the strength of his hand.
Which would have just opened him up nice. He
Well,
would just
A
be
is
bleeding.
not possible.
No.
B, now he's bleeding to death.
Now he's bleeding to death.
Good job. But he doesn't. He just gets a piece of glass and then cuts his ropes, and they get out. Like, they don't even walk out of the desert. They just go straight to a bar.
They say, I want to go to Tubbs's bar, whatever the hell it's called. And Norris is like, or Louis Gosset Jr. is like, that's 5,000 miles from here. And then they're there.
They're there. Okay, cool.
They got out of that one
Yep.
again.
And this is probably my favorite Chuck Norris outfit, is the bar scene.
Oh, really?
The denim shirt rolled up to accentuate his muscles, the go fuck yourself cowboy straw hat, and pair of tight pants.
He looks like such a douchebag, but whatever. So Patricia comes in. She asks the bartender where she can get a couple good men because she's got stuff to do. And he's like, well, there's Home Depot, or
God.
there's these two idiots down here. Go talk to Chuck or Lou and Max. Tell them you're okay, and I'll be like, you're okay.
Yeah. Which, are they the only guys there that do this sort of thing, I'm
I would
guessing?
think so.
She's very vague. It's less than vague.
Well,
I
she
need
says
a couple
that they can't
guys.
be smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have to be brave, but can't be smart.
I don't think anybody in that bar is smart.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
What's going to happen if they're smart?
They'll think twice about it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
They won't just say yes to adventure.
So she needs a gullibles.
I guess.
Okay. All right. So she goes over there and tells them that she's got a treasure map and that there's somebody else that's trying to get the treasure, a red cyclops.
Yeah.
Okay.
They make fun of her.
A little bit, but they're in.
They're in. Yeah.
Well, they get shot by an arrow, and that totally changes their mind.
Yeah. Once they realize that it is dangerous, there must be gold.
Yeah.
If people are going to shoot at me, I believe that there's gold now.
It's funny because this is one of those rare treasure map movies where we find out nothing about the treasure map. It's just they go places.
We don't even see what the treasure map looks like. We see the
None.
outside of it once.
Not at all. Can you think of another time where in a treasure map movie they're not like, now it says walk 16 paces and look for the eye of Ra in the clouds or something like that. Some cryptic message that the people have to decipher to find their next path. None of that happens. They just go from place to place to place.
And ultimately, the treasure map at the beginning only leads them to the first cave. After that, there's not even treasure maps.
That's true.
They're just like finding treasure on their own.
If it wasn't in that cave, it's got to be somewhere else.
That's what he says.
And then she walks up to the wall, stabs it with a knife. She's like, "We're going to San
Here. All right. Oh man, we're jumping way ahead, but there's
no
path of travel.
Doesn't make any sense.
Nonsense. I have no clue what the fuck is going on. Already, when they get to this fucking rock shit, I'm like, who's this guy?
Yeah, because they fast traveled again. They're in the bar. They're getting shot at. They leave the bar. It's the next day, and they're on donkeys.
And they've got another guy.
There's another guy there who leaves.
Who's some Hispanic gentleman, I think.
Yeah, we find out that he comes back to the movie later, so you find out that he's a trusted-ish confidant of these treasure
Dude,
hunters.
he's running the motel that they're staying at.
Yeah, and guiding them, I guess, even though they have a map and Louis Gosset Jr. is reading it, and he's like, there it is, and then once he does that, the guy's like, okay, I'm leaving.
The sacred ground, I can't go up there, F.A.
Yeah, it's past 2, I'm gonna take a nap.
I gotta get back to El Guapo's. It's Taco Tuesday.
So he leaves, and they go up the side of the rock.
Because
there's a sign. I mean, it is hollowed ground, whatever.
There's like some shitty Greek statue up there.
No, it was Jesus.
I don't know. That was the Mother Mary.
That was the Mother
Oh,
Mary.
was it?
But
it's one of those shitty ones that you find in like a garden store.
Exactly. It does not look like Native American or even Mexican, something that would be on top of a mountain. It looks like something that would be in some dickhead's front yard.
It is something that it is one of the white statues that you get at a garden store. They just stuck it on top of a big rock, and they're like,
this is
sacred ground.
This is very fitting for this treasure
intrigue.
Map. Yeah. Nope. So they climb up these rocks, and they have a real hard time getting up there, except for Chuck Norris. He's fine. But once they're up there, he's like,
nope.
I knew it. There's no cave up here.
And then
there's a fucking cave right there.
Right there. Like, it cuts to what he's looking at, and it's clearly a cave.
It's very cavey.
And Patricia character goes, "What's behind the tree?" And yes, it is, but it's so much larger than the tree that you wouldn't even notice the tree because the cave is so big.
No, there's a cave in there. So they go in, and this is what I'm talking about with her dialogue, and there's some other stuff that she says, but be quiet in there because there's some old people sleeping. There might be some old people sleeping in here.
What?
We're not alone. There's old people sleeping.
So immediately Chuck Norris runs in there and he's like, hello!
Yeah.
Hello! At the top of his lungs.
Wouldn't you, if you're Chuck Norris, wouldn't you look at her and be like, what do you mean there's old people sleeping in here? Like old people, like they just come up here and start sleeping? Like it's like a retirement cave home? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean dead people. Oh, that's something different.
Yeah.
Dead people aren't old people sleeping. They're dead people. Those are two different
things. Yeah. It's not a
fuck
riddle.
are you talking about, you stupid? Legal secretary, you're fired.
No.
You can't do this job. You don't know what? Yeah, all right. So she fucking like disappears into.
She takes 3 steps backward and transports across the cave.
Things get really weird right here.
Yeah. This is, I think, when after the first 2 fast travels, you're like, this is not a normal movie.
Right.
And when she takes 3 steps backwards and transports across the cave for her zinger, you're like, this is going to be one of the weirdest movies I've watched. This is a strange one.
It's like this sequence of events is almost like going into the monolith.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Wait, what? What am I seeing? Whoa! Ah! Whoa! Huh? Oh.
So when she walks backwards into the darkness, you're like, okay, whatever bad guy that's already sort of established himself is going to get her.
Old people. It's the old people
It's
that are
the
going
old
to get
people
her.
or whatever. No, she just is all of a sudden on this big table holding a skull on her face, using her sunglasses to make a joke.
She's desecrated a dead person.
Yes.
To be funny.
To be funny.
I thought it was kind of funny.
And then they're like, oh, all right. And we found a cave painting that looks like it was done by kindergartners. It's bad.
So she smashed. Oh, no, they get attacked by the natives. There's
all of a
fucking
sudden
Indian
Aztecs
guys.
show up.
Aztecs in there.
Wait. We find the knife. Yes. Chuck Norris
Not yet,
goes.
Not yet, but that's fine.
It's very jumbled in here. So
Yeah, I thought that Chuck Norris was like, I bet you're not going to tell me anything because they're both looking at the painting thing.
Yeah.
And it starts glowing and he drops it and then they find the knife
Yeah.
and then that's when they start getting attacked.
So does the knife glow
Enough that.
or is
yeah.
it just like the ruby gets some light on it and reflects
No,
it, or does it actually glow?
the knife, the ruby and the knife in one shot does glow.
So
you see it.
It is 100% magic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, just to be clear.
Either that or there was a man who was born with a golden knife in his head.
How'd that fucking knife get in his head?
Yeah. The 2 explanations, one would be magic, the other would be, yes, this man was born with a very ornate knife in his head. Inside all of the way.
Yeah, he was still able to live a productive and successful life because he's buried.
It's an adult man.
He's an adult man, and he's buried with honors, per se.
Yes.
So, okay. Magic knife.
The knife is too big to even fit in somebody's head.
It's too big. It's a pretty knife. I like the knife. It's a good prop.
It's
yeah.
okay.
I liked it a lot too.
I could have gone for it to not have a gold blade and like one of those curly, squiggly snake blades, you know, like you always see in movies.
Oh yeah, the sacrificial blade.
Yeah, sacrificial.
Yeah. I wanted the ruby to shoot lasers, and that never happened.
Laser shooting ruby would be also welcome. So they get attacked and they have this big fucking fight. And first, Chuck can't shoot shit because he can't shoot a gun very well. And then it's knives time, but he can use knives real well. He can chuck knives at people.
That's because his name is Chuck.
He's Chuck Knives Norris.
Chuck Knifus.
Chuck Knifus. A little bit of karate. He shoots a shot out of the pistol and it ricochets all over the fucking cave.
Yeah.
I thought this was a good joke. I liked it.
Oh, it stinks so bad.
It's,
It's funny.
Yeah, I think that there's when something, it's that rare point when something is so unfunny that it becomes funny again by how bad it is, and that it nailed it perfectly. I laughed because it was such a bad job at being funny.
Hey, I got one for you.
Okay,
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
I don't know.
No idea.
Oh my god. Lame. How long have you been saving that?
When something's so not funny, it becomes that's still not funny.
It's not funny.
Okay, so she gets nabbed and taken outside by like the main head of the Indian guys, and
It's a bad set.
he's like, what's he gonna do with her up there?
I'm not sure.
Is he gonna
This is
put things in
he
her?
has painted himself into a real corner.
Or is he
'Cause
gonna
you're gonna
kill her?
Find out later what she needs to do and why the main bad guy, if you can even call him that, needs her. So when you think back to this moment, knowing what you know, having seen the whole film, you're like,
What are you gonna do?
what
up
are you
there?
going to do up there?
Well,
Because there's nothing, unless there's like a giant bird that's going to come and pick them both up.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Maybe Q's gonna show up.
Because of all of the reptile helpers. There doesn't seem to be any bird helpers.
No.
So,
Well, Chuck Norris shows the knife like he's gonna chuck it at him, the sacrificial or the dagger, the gold dagger, and he's like, ah! And he just fucking jumps off the top
Bails.
of the mountain.
poorly.
Yeah, poorly.
Because,
He definitely landed on a tree with his butthole.
Yeah.
yeah, he jumped. You got to do these. If they're a short jump, you got to just belly flop. There's a bag down there.
Yeah. I want to land on my butt. We can tell.
You know, you're only falling 4 feet. Just,
Yeah. Just
oh, no, that's terrible. He just jumps and like kicks all like arms out, feet out, landing on a mattress 4 feet below the camera.
it's a bad stunt.
Bad one.
Is that why they made this fucking bullshit set? Is just so that they could put a mattress down
Yeah.
there for him to jump on?
They made this set so that guy could do the shittiest stunt ever. Way to go, buddy.
Nice work.
It's like when you get Anthony Hopkins billed for doing his own stunts because he like jumps off of a golf cart that's moving at 2 miles an hour.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Stunts, Anthony Hopkins. Eat shit, buddy.
So they visit Tall Eagle is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And they ask him about the Firewalker because, like, this is their path of travel. Well, there's no treasure here. Let's go ask the local Indian guy that we know about Firewalker because he's gonna know because they're all the same. The Mexicans and the Indians and the Aztecs and the Mayans. It's all the same.
It's all the same.
Everybody who's not white is pretty much the same.
Mystical.
So they should know all the same stuff.
Yeah.
And this is another opportunity for us to be completely racist and stereotypical because
Okay.
they give him a bottle of Jim Beam.
Uh-huh.
This is the first Jim Beam product placement. Jim Beam shows up throughout this thing.
And he's like, ooh, snake bite. You can't make snake bites with bourbon. It's lemon and Jeremiah weed.
Well, either way,
Or no,
Jim Beam sucks.
it's not Jeremiah weed. I can't remember. It's something like Jeremiah weed. I haven't had a snake bite in a long time. They're gross.
Well,
Tastes like poison.
Either way, I'm not. Jim Beam is not expensive.
It's not.
It's really cheap. It's only
Shitty
3
whiskey.
years age too. It's like, here you go, buddy. Here's some bottom shelf stuff.
James
Oh,
Babine.
come on. It's one shelf off the bottom.
It's one shelf off the bottom, but still.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, fellas.
I guess, if you're treasure hunters, you're bouncing from treasure to treasure. We're in between treasures right now, so
Funds are a little tight.
What you get. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. It's very nice that we even think of bringing you something. Tall Eagle.
Just hanging out on his couch watching I Love Lucy.
I like this guy immediately, especially when he said, that was my wife. I just cut off her nose.
He said that
Yeah. About Lucille Ball.
huh?
He's like, I don't know why he puts up with her. If she was mine, I'd cut her nose off.
What a fucking maniac.
And then what happens after that?
Have sex with the nostril hole.
Oh,
You're a maniac.
you're a maniac.
That's
yucky.
That's yucky. How am I getting in trouble all the damn time with weirdo Jeffrey Dahmer sitting across from us? Jesus. All right, so he's like, oh, Firewalker flew to the sun and he walked around on it.
No, wait a second.
So that's,
First off, they're
that-
sitting in this guy's hut.
yeah.
TP.
No, they're sitting in a shack
Okay, well,
while he's watching TV. And then he's like, oh, you guys want to hear the Firewalker story? Okay, well, everybody get up. and we're going to go to the fucking teepee outside.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we got to sit over here.
Yeah, and we're going to light a fire. It's probably like 500 degrees in there. Everybody looks like they're super uncomfortable, sweating their balls off.
And it's really strange because he just says Firewalker flew to the sun, walked around a little bit, he walked on fire, and then they all just stand up and leave.
Yeah, we're forgetting one of the really dumb points of the whole scene is when he becomes mystical and the fan and the red light turn on.
Oh yeah.
Because the spirit of cash compels him. Because that's what happens in the story of the movie is he's like, we need... He's maneuvering for more cash, and it's like the spirit has come. The spirit of cash?
Indeed.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, it's 20%.
It's Chief Wells Fargo. One who keeps green pills in mattress.
What?
That's his Indian name.
Green pills?
Green bills.
Oh, bills. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I thought you said pills.
Runs with Warbucks.
Oh my god.
Dances with greenbacks.
10-point buck is really not a good joke.
10-point buck, dollar, deer.
No idea.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not twice with no idea.
Oh, man, we got to move off of this first page of notes here.
Yeah, it's vague, and he actually says, well, if I knew where the gold was, I'd get it myself.
Yeah, I'm not helping you in any fucking way. Also,
Anyway.
watch out for coyotes. Okay? Will do.
Sure. And then Norris, I'm not worried about coyotes. Like, he's upset. Like, oh, goddamn coyotes. Come on now.
Take care, Tall Eagle. Next time we don't need information, we'll come see you.
Yeah, but he does give Patricia a bag of, what did he tell her? It was dirt
Magic beans.
and bones
Bones and dust.
ash.
Yeah.
Wow. Where does she have this bag of dirt? Whatever. Throughout the whole movie.
You know what? I'll give her. She's always got something with pockets, so we don't have to worry about that.
She sinks. And she's completely drenched in water twice.
It's magic.
It's in a skin calf bag, dude. It's going to be fine.
Skin calf.
Skin calf.
Like the...
Calf skin bag.
Okay, calf skin.
That's what I meant.
Skin calf.
I skinned my calf.
Oh.
That's where psychopaths who can't pronounce words right go to eat. They go to the skin calf.
Oh, God.
Hey, you want to go to the skin calf? No, I'm just going to hit the Mav. Sandos.
They order up a leg fillet
Ugh.
because they can't pronounce words right.
Yeah. So where do they go now? They're...
Okay, so
They fast travel again right here,
No,
don't
they just do the knife thing in the wall where it's like, the treasure's in San Miguel because it wasn't in that fucking cave.
Oh, they go back to the hotel, and that's when you find out that the guy that just fucked off on the donkey is actually the hotel guy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And then I guess they asked him about the tall eagle guy too, so they go back there. And they're just going to get some sleep, but that's when we first get Sonny Lanham show up.
Things get really, really weird.
Really weird. What is the first thing that happens here? Is it the Native American girl walks into Chuck Norris's bedroom?
She knocks on the door. He opens the door. And she's like,
Hello? I didn't order room service.
somebody, one eye snake, has made you a potion for your protection.
I love potions.
Yeah, come on in.
And then he starts making out with her.
Uh-huh.
No, he drinks it, and then she starts making out with him, and then he passes out.
Which it's the way that whole scene goes down, though, is like this woman walks in and he's like, "Hey, those better be roofies."
Uh-huh.
She's like, "They are."
Cool.
All right.
Get those.
Let's see if
I need
we
those
can
in my belly.
get this. It's a race to see what happens first, boner or pass out.
Uh-huh.
Let's see how good these roofies are.
Who's going to penetrate who? It's not me. And jungle tribal music. Two guys. You got
Tall Eagle
Firewalker
and
or El
Coyote.
Coyote and
Tall Eagle.
Tall Eagle. Are they?
They're spirit fighting.
Their spirit. Okay, so Tall Eagle's like, hey, stay away from Chuck Norris.
No, he's waking up the blonde girl so she'll come and save Chuck
Save him.
Norris.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, like you see Sonny Lanham and the snake over the fire first,
Yeah.
and he's just shaking this snake over some fire, Which I guess means he's controlling her because she turns into a snake. So here's a question, Jackie, because you probably have a better grasp on this. Was she a snake person or a person snake?
I'm going to go with snake person.
So she's a snake first who becomes a person?
Yeah, so maybe he was holding her up above the fire as a snake, and he's like, all right, now that you're a sexy Indian lady, here's some jug of poison, go to it. And then he gets her brother, Hammer the snake, and he's like, all right, we're going to control your sister. And I swear to God, that was a real snake, and it was alive.
It was a real snake over fireworks. It was fucking dangerous.
And I'm thinking to myself, that guy is going to fucking get bit. Like, that is fucking dangerous.
He was holding it by its head, but it's not nice to the snake.
No, that snake was pissed. I mean, you could see its little body trying to curl up.
It was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
If it was a bigger snake, it would be like, fuck you, buddy. I'm going to kill you. I hate you that much. But, so he's doing that magic, and then there's the counter magic, which is done poorly, because it looks as if Tall Eagle looks and sounds exactly like he is masturbating furiously.
Going to town on that dick.
Just whap, 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 whap,
That's
whap,
the
whap,
sound.
whap. And his face it's not good.
I looked into his soul as he came.
Vinegar strokes.
Uh-huh.
All of it's happening.
Bad shot, guys.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Because there's about 10 different bad shots of him.
Right.
Their spirit battle, which is a guy shaking a snake and another guy shaking a snake. And one guy does a little better job shaking the snake.
That's how he
and
likes
he wins.
It.
Yeah.
He doesn't pull on it. He shakes it.
Everybody's got their own, right?
Whatever it takes, buddy.
Whatever it takes, buddy. Everybody's got their own moves. You get to town.
Stop shaking it. Whatever. All right, so it works.
He wakes everybody up.
Everybody
with his
gets up,
masturbating.
except for Chuck Norris. He doesn't
he's
wake him up.
roofied.
Yeah, well.
The potion's too
I
powerful.
think magic can overpower roofies.
Wait, it's a magic roofie. It's a double whammy.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right. So she saves him.
That
and
was
then
kind of
she
a-
gets in a fight with the squaw lady.
On top of Chuck Norris, which
This
is
was
funny.
a great scene.
And then
'Cause he doesn't even move. I mean, like, his facial expressions and everything, they don't change. And they are just falling on top of him.
I bet you that was not a one taker. I bet you he lost it a few times.
A few times, yeah.
Giggling.
I would have totally laughed more than once. They would have hated me.
I can see Chuck Norris being a giggler.
Your butt hit my face again.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out, guys. Where's San Pomona? I don't know. Let's check it out.
Let's go check it out.
We'll go talk to him.
Oh. Okay, so she gets bonked by Leo.
She gets pistol whipped.
That's
Yeah.
bonked.
No, let's use the more solid term. Pistol
Pistol
whipped.
whipped. It's more severe than a bonking if you hit someone with a pistol.
The results are the same.
You can break somebody's
bonk
skull.
somebody with a, wooden bowl. That's a bonk.
Okay, that's a good bonker.
Pistol whip, you can put him, brain damage is sort of in the arena there all of a sudden.
Okay, all right. Super bonked.
He's super bonker. At which point, the hotel manager's like, cha-ching. And he just tosses her into a back room for later.
For later
Yep.
is like best case, cleanest that we can possibly come up with here.
He's going to contact the authorities. I don't think he's going to contact the authorities.
how's
This
he
is
gonna?
Mexico Rapeville.
He doesn't have. There's no electricity at this place,
No.
Sam. He has. Yay.
Yep. I caught you
That's best case scenario.
nefariously behaving in my establishment. The easiest that she's getting off is some good rapins. The worst is that she's now his slave, I guess.
Or starves to death.
Or he forgets about her because he
Yeah.
gets too drunk. That'd be terrible.
Well, good for her. She's a snake person because she's now a snake.
That can climb really well.
Yeah. it's on
Snakes
top
are
of the
actually
ceiling.
really good climbers.
Yeah.
Well, you need something to climb up. She's just
That
on
one
top
just,
of the
like,
roof.
hopped up there.
Yeah.
Maybe she climbed up when she was a person and then turned into a snake.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And they also she's gone, but they don't look around enough to notice a giant fucking snake on the roof. Hey, where'd that 12-foot boa constrictor come from?
Weird.
Huh.
Oh, they're everywhere down here. They're like chupacabra.
Yeah.
But then this is probably the weirdest cut of all for me. Is they're focused in on the snake lady, right? Sitting up there, and it's got its head all majestically up. And then it cuts to a snake in a tree with the same stance and a plane flying in the background. And all I can think is they're using snake telepathy to let the eagle or El Coyote know where these people are going.
They are. This is the Snake Patrol.
What if the snake teleported into that tree?
I don't think so. I think that he just has multiple. He can communicate with a lot of snakes.
Okay.
And there's from this snake to the next snake, he's still snake patrolling them.
All right.
But this is unfortunately the last we see of Snake Patrol.
Yeah, all right. So they fly to San Miguel, and they get a hotel, and they hit the bar. This is fucking strange to me because Chuck Norris comes in, he's got beers. He's got 2 beers, and he's like, it's a good thing we're using your money because these are $20 drinks.
It's a Civil War, I guess. I don't know.
No! At no point in the history of Central America has a fucking beer ever cost $20. You can't go to any place in the United States and get a beer for $20.
No, I think he meant the round was $20.
There's 2 beers!
2 beers and like a whiskey drink, whatever she's drinking.
She's drinking beer!
No, she's not.
Yeah.
So she's been drinking, I think she drinks wine this entire movie.
Okay.
Their weirdest exchange happens right before this. When they first get into town and they're in the cab, the military's patrolling the streets, and she's taking pictures of them.
Yes.
And she turns to Chuck Norris and says, I think that's a good sign. And that the military's patrolling. Martial law is not a good sign.
And yelling at them.
Yeah.
Like, Fámelos! Rapido! Yeah!
Get out of here before we shoot you. She's like, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And then he looks at her like, you're an idiot.
Uh-huh.
And he like says something like, let's check out the bar.
Let's go check it out.
And then the whole time, Louis Gosset Jr. is sitting there like, these people are idiots. And it's like the only self-aware moment in the entire film is Leo's character just going, what have I gotten myself into? But then they just go to the bar.
Yeah, let's just go to the bar.
Well, and he also Chuck Norris calls her a fruitcake at the hotel once they get to the hotel.
Yeah.
She's a fruitcake. Do we want to debate that?
No.
Okay.
So he bribes some guy a hundo to give him information. Like $100
For
US
information.
American for information. In 1922, the United States stock market was booming. Who would have seen 1929? I'll take that $100 now. I gave you some information. He doesn't ask for like, hey, I need somebody who can guide us to where the treasure is. Or, hey, I need somebody who can explain Firewalker to us because we still don't fucking really get what's going on there. He's just like, $100 for information. Some guy's like, I can give you information.
He has to he starts at 20 and has to make it up to 100. And it's Ian Abercrombie, who's a very familiar character actor. He shows up and he's the guy that's going to spill the beans.
And he just tells him about the interior.
So they're like, we need to get to the interior. And he tells them that if they go to the interior, there's a good guide there. But wait.
We need
if
a guide.
Get there.
Get to the guide.
Then we're already there.
Uh-huh.
So why would...
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then they argue about the money. Like, It's like, well, I get the money. Like, well, we got to know what we're getting. So then he gives out some names and they give him the cash.
So I don't think we should talk too much about this, but I do want to mention this. It's probably my favorite part of the entire movie is the bar fight. This big Mexican guy starts a fight with Chuck Norris because I guess he just doesn't think he's very good looking.
There's a fight scene in the bar because they're at a page count that demands that there needs to be a Chuck Norris fight now.
True.
This was the best that they could come up with is some guy just comes in and starts making fun of him.
Yeah. They wreck the entire fucking place.
There's one table left.
There's one table left. There's no windows.
No.
I don't think there's any doors left either. If it's possible for a human to go through something, they go through it. Be it tables, bars, windows, mirrors, doors, anything.
This is some of the worst shooting for editing that I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah?
Because they're trying to shoot in a way that you see him kick somebody and then they fly.
Uh-huh.
But they don't shoot it in a believable way. So the editor has nothing that he can do.
Absolutely.
There is no choices here. The editor has been painted into the corner by the people working on the movie. And so you see Norris kick a guy, and then it cuts to a shot of someone flying 13 feet.
Uh-huh.
and wiping out a window, a table, and they move about 4 inches in the first shot. Then they're flying.
Yeah.
It is awful.
It's awesome.
It is awesome, though.
Yeah, it's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was totally believable. I liked it.
It's hilarious. It's not believable.
I was like, yeah, Chuck Norris could totally do that.
He's using his magic after the kicks.
Well, yeah, it's Chuck Norris. He's probably carrying around this special dagger, and so that's giving him the power of super kicker.
Is it opposite day? Because you're saying that this is believable and that he's handsome and charming. What the hell is coming out of your mouth every time? So the next day, ? They take a train.
They're dressed up as the papacy.
Why would they do that?
They're in disguise.
But why? Nobody's looking for them other than a super powered guy.
Well, there's a civil war happening.
Yeah, and if you're associated, because Mexico is highly Catholic.
San
This is Mexico.
Fermom or
San Far.
Okay, so wherever this place is, it's highly Catholic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if you're part of the church, they're probably not going to harass you
Why would they harass them anyways?
because they're white.
No, doesn't matter.
The guy that they pay off says that they'll be shot by the military on sight.
He does?
Yes,
Oh,
he said they'll
okay.
shoot you on
All right.
sight.
All right. Well, that
So
makes
they
sense then.
go in disguise.
Okay. Okay.
They have these disguises.
Like,
though.
they have them. Yeah.
I wonder how many other disguises they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if they can, on that short notice, dress up like they're priest and a nun,
Uh-huh.
that's got to be like down the bottom shelf stuff. Like that's got to be like 5 costumes in.
Sure.
They have to have like 50 costumes.
Well, they get on the train, and the train stops, and the military gets on, sure enough. And, where's your papers? Bam! Shoots a guy. Okay.
This is
Point
just
blank shoots
strange.
this man. Point blank shoots him. Okay.
Yes.
So they're called in to administer the last rites for this guy.
They're not, though. That's the worst part, is that the guy comes in and he only says 2 words.
Yeah.
And it's like documentaro
Uh-huh.
and rapido.
Uh-huh.
So he only asks for their documents and tells them to move fast. He
Right.
never, and then Louis Gosset Jr.'s translating
Uh-huh.
the things that are not being said, which turns into, we got to go this way. We have to follow him.
Uh-huh.
Then they get out there, the guy's dead. They're like, oh, we need to administer
He's
the last
not dead
rites.
yet.
I accused him of being a bad dead person because he was breathing.
Uh-huh. Now, he's shot at point blank, and it's not like, hey, get out here. They take their time with bringing them out to administer the dead. I think he's fucking dead. This is a dead man. He has been shot in the tummy, blood everywhere.
There's not that much blood.
There should be.
Yeah.
He was shot in the tummy at point blank with a fucking 45. He's dead. He is an ex-guy.
Yeah. He should be, but he's not. He's been shot.
It's
Well, he's
a
supposed to be dead.
superficial wound.
Well, they don't know that yet because they argue for a while. Then they end up finally doing fake last rites, which is
Stupid.
Louis Gosset Jr. doing pig Latin.
Mm-hmm.
They get done with that. The document papers that they were looking for are hanging out of the front of his pants.
Uh-huh. Hey, they're right here.
They were right there the whole time in that case.
Oh, we should have
So his
waited for him to have a
wife-
chance at getting those papers before we shot him in the tummy.
His wife, who's crying, is like, here's the papers. You've killed a man, an innocent man, you bastards, all sorts of horrible things. And then all of a sudden, Louis Gosset Jr. starts translating words that aren't even being said.
Yeah?
You notice when he's like, they found the papers, and then all of a sudden he just starts saying other stuff like, it's a non-vital injury. He was shot in a non-vital area. He's gonna be okay.
It's a superficial
A
wound.
superficial wound. No one's saying anything when he's saying all that stuff.
Which means I don't have a problem with that, Sam, because the film is stupid. What I have a problem with is that this man is dead. Superficial? That means that it's only in the skin. Like, it's the only downside to this wound is that there's going to be a scar. It's superficial.
Yes.
It's bullshit. There's not even really anything to worry about. He was shot point blank with the 45. Superficial. Is he fucking Superman? Is his tummy invincible to bullets?
Does Louis Gosset Jr. not realize that he's a healer?
The power of Christ compels you.
Power of pig Latin compels
Yeah,
him.
apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they think it's, you're the best.
Yeah.
Will you bless me now, Chuck Norris? Sure.
Ugh.
You are cool.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
See?
And it's like everything has worked out. Everybody is amicable. they're like, thumbs up. What about the murdered guy here?
Superficial, he'll be fine.
Superficial, he'll be fine.
Do they invite the guy that shot him over for dinner? Because that's what it seems like where things are headed.
It's I don't really. This is all bad. Like when it comes,
there's no sense of bad with the people that are acting on the screen. They're smiling and laughing and hugging.
No, and then the guys that do the patrol for the train get off the train and like, oh, good, we didn't shoot that guy in accident.
That was so wonderful.
And then they give the report to their superior commander, and he looks at them and goes, that's the biggest pooch screw in the history of trying to find people on the train. No one has ever fucked up searching the train as bad as you guys just fucked it up.
Hooray!
Hooray!
But
it's a miracle. Yeah. It's a miracle I'm not shooting you right now.
Yeah, no shit. So they make it to this town, wherever they're getting dropped off at, Kahal or something. And it's all fucking burned up. It's all been destroyed and shit. And they're like, well, where are we going to meet this guy now? Shit, I don't know. But they get chased by the soldiers that are now attacking everybody and chased into a banana field.
Yeah. There's one guy in the town left. And so what he sees these guys, I'm going to rat him out.
Yeah.
You know what? Get out for number one. So they escape into the banana fields.
And she almost gets raped.
Again.
Yeah, well, again. Well, she almost
Didn't
get
they
raped
get
the first
handsy
time.
the first bar?
Yeah, with the bar fight.
Yeah, she does.
They knocked her out. They were going to rape her then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
And you don't know what's happened. The first time she gets punched out in the cave, there could have been some raping.
Might have been.
This is like the third time she almost gets raped.
Yeah. Well, this guy's he's got his fucking pants off already. But she was faking. She was going to shoot him, I guess.
I don't
know.
This guy, I think, is the best actor in the movie.
He, leans over and kisses her boob
He
place,
smells her chest.
and she falls to the ground.
Yeah.
It's very strange. But anyways, they're good. The brigands move on, and they're spend the night in the jungle.
She eats a bunch of bananas.
She eats a bunch of bananas.
She's got, it had to be 48 pounds of bananas. I don't even really know how she got it. Who had to carry all those bananas? Or plantains, they're green, who knows?
She goes on some vision trip with Firewalker, El Coyote's calling to her and is like, give me the knife, give it to me, I want it now. And so she almost gives it to him. I still don't know what's going to happen if she does. But they wake up the next day and they've been robbed and nabbed. They're kidnapped by more military likes on their way to gang rape
These
town.
guys are different. They're not uniformed, so you know they're different guys, but you expect worse.
This is, everybody's not feeling very good about this one. We're not making it out of here. She's frightened, led into a cabin with
It's a hut.
all of the guys coming out.
60 guys.
Yeah. Chuck and Leo have their heads on a tree, and they're going to get lopped.
And they show him with some cantaloupes or something.
Yeah.
Some large fruit of some sort.
So things are looking pretty crappy. They don't have a way out, but then all of a sudden, dun, 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 John Rhys Davies fucking shows up. Oh, Jesus. They're old pals.
Ugh.
These are John Rhys Davies men. Sulla's guys. Actually, his name is Corky. Corky Taylor is his name. What the fuck is going on here?
He's decided to lead the revolution.
Okay, is he from this place?
No, he's an ex-Marine. He's wearing a Marine's uniform.
Okay, all right. So he's not from there.
He was in the Marines with Norris.
Okay.
Or with Max.
He's from the South, I think. As best we
He's
can
supposed
judge
to be from the South.
shitty accent.
He's going to be king of the country.
How? What? No. That is not how shit fucking works. Well, I was thinking about going back, back to see my family, but I think I'm just gonna be king.
Yeah, I'm too good at killing people down here. They all love me.
I'll just be king.
Just be king of San Permerner.
And they're like, oh, cool. Right on. Let's have a big party. It's so good to see you. Everything is fine. Forget about what was just about to happen to us.
Yes.
What was just two of us with their heads on the ground, not attached to our bodies, and sperm all over the other one.
Yeah.
Let's forget about that. It's cool.
It's cool.
Bruh.
Yep.
Your men are fucking psychopaths, but we're idiots, so it's fine.
Yeah. Let's get drunk. Have a dance in the rain.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes down. There's romance blooming. Ugh. He gives them VW.
It's his VW.
Yeah. Hey, here you go. Have this VW and some chickens.
And a pig.
Enjoy
Why
your trip.
did they do that?
The chickens?
Yeah, because he's like, oh, wait. And then they just stuff a chicken in there.
It's like a couple.
And there was already a pig inside of it.
No, they stuffed the pig in too.
None clue.
They're like presentations.
Is it a joke or I don't know. I don't know what's going on with these chickens and this pig.
I don't either, and it gets weirder.
She yells that the pig, that Chuck Norris is disgusting
Yes.
because he has a pig.
He's just holding it, and she tells him to stop being disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Stop being disgusting. What is he can't not hold the pig.
Oh, I know what it is. She looked at his face. Stop, no. Stop that. That's disgusting. That's my face, lady. I know, it's gross.
Get it out of the car.
Just for that, I'm tossing this pig.
Yeah, stick your head out the window. Ugh, grody. Blah. All right.
Then they toss all the animals out,
Nah.
like 10 feet away.
All right. Shenanigans. So they camp out that night by Alligator Lake, which is a good place to fucking. They're right. They know that they're alligators. She's gonna take a bath, and he's like, "No, you can't do that. There's alligators in there." And so she doesn't. But they set up camp in alligator striking distance.
They don't even really set up camp.
They got a fire and they're sitting around it. And fucking
Kinda.
Leo's washing dishes and like looking at them like, oh, chomp is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna get eaten by an alligator, dummies.
Go out to camp in that swamp. Gators will get you.
And sure enough, Leo's been eaten by an alligator.
There's blood. His glasses. And you're like, wait, he just got eaten by he's just gone now?
He's just been.
He just got eaten by an alligator. Fuck.
Okay.
That's heavy. This trip's turning into a real bummer.
Yeah, man. He's wanting to bail. She's like, no, we have to get that treasure.
Why the hell does she want the treasure?
Because she's a legal secretary. That is a shitty job.
Oh, 'cause
That's
it's
true. It's true.
treasure,
Everybody
Sam.
wants the treasure. It's a dumb question.
Yeah. Why does she want
The
treasure?
only time I've ever asked a dumb question. Why would you would want
that's
treasure?
Yep. You're absolutely right. The only time ever you've said something stupid.
Well, a question that was stupid. What's someone's motivation to wanting treasure?
A wise man once told me there's no such thing as stupid questions.
Yeah.
Just stupid people.
Um,
And you are stupid.
the person that says there's no such thing as a stupid question has never heard the what's somebody's motivation for wanting treasure question. Well, I mean, the treasure would be the motivation for wanting the treasure, I suppose.
So he flips out, has this big dramatic moment, tosses his hands in the air. Wow!
These are sentences just piled on top of each other. They don't have any meaning for emotional content or story driving. It's just him saying things and kicking things.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a very well played scene.
And
I totally
opposite
believed that he was upset about
Leo
Leo.
being eaten by an alligator.
Being eaten by an alligator.
Hey, man, when you're in alligator swamp.
Silently.
Can an alligator eat an entire Louis Gosset Jr. in one
Yeah,
sitting?
no.
Yeah.
They
No.
drowned you and then
Yeah.
they all eat you.
Yeah.
So the one that kills you is probably only going to get like a quarter of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's probably only getting like a limb.
All right. So the next day they try to cross fucking Alligator River in a VW. Like, this is going to be a good place to cross. Well, let's do it here.
Yeah.
No, you can't cross. You can't cross a mud puddle in a VW.
No, but it's okay because it's his job to know. He says that, like, how do you know we can cross here? It's my job to know. Okay, well, you're not very good at your job because you just fucking sunk a Volkswagen. Real
The car
nice.
is gone.
All the way.
They haven't even traveled half a day by car.
At least 50 disguises down the drain.
Now they have nothing. They have the clothes on their back, and that is it.
And a magic knife.
And some magic dust that should be wet.
Well, it's magic.
Okay, skin calf. So they find the temple. Oh, hey, that's handy. It's right next to where we sunk the car. It's just right over there. Let's go in.
That mud puddle was a parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tour buses in there as well.
Yeah.
We never made it to the temple. We all died in Alligator River. They go in. They're walking around, going through secret paths, and they walk into one. And sure shit, there's fucking Leo strung up from his hands
He's alive.
above boiling water. Is that what we're inferring here?
You know what? I am going to assume that there's really just nothing wrong with this. If they went through amazing lengths to not fall. No one ever says that the water's dangerous.
Right.
It's kind of steamy.
No one goes into it to. Nothing ever
Find
goes
out.
in it.
Sonny Landham doesn't say, "Oh, it's acid.
Mm-hmm.
It's boiling. He's He's just going to drop him in there
It could
tied
be,
up.
It could be just hot tub temperature.
It probably is, but if you're tied up, you can still drown.
That could be really relaxing and like loosen up your muscles and feel really good.
Exfoliating.
Yeah. Maybe you got a little hanky panky going on while Leo's strung up above you.
That's weird.
Huh.
You know, hot tubs. People like to get a little frisky in them.
Frisky.
A couple glasses of wine and the heat from the water. You have a little clam dinner.
Oh my God.
Clam dinner, huh?
It's fucking weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's super weird, dude.
Yes, Norris just looks at her while he's strung up there and goes, I can hold my breath for 3 minutes. That's 1 minute too long.
So El Coyote, he starts like lowering him, like, ooh, gonna put him in the water. And Chuck is like, no, don't do that. So they eventually, long story short, after this negotiation phase, they trade the dagger for everybody's safety to
Kind of.
El Coyote. But Chuck eventually gets mad and throws the dagger at El Coyote, but he catches it in midair right in front of his heart. Pretty
Yeah.
awesome. So he floods the chamber, and Patricia gets locked outside, and they're all going to drown, I guess. And
No, they're not going to drown. They're just locked in there. The water never starts rising. This is the least amount of peril that two adventurers have ever been in.
Yeah.
And it's easily the worst escape, successful escape. Because there's worse escapes where you die. This is the worst successful escape from an area I have ever seen. It takes them like 4 minutes to get out of this cave, and half of it, they're just hugging each other, hanging from a rope, swinging back and forth.
Doesn't he have more knives?
He should.
And he can just chuck knives at anything. Just just chuck a knife at the rope. I guess he would fall into the hot tub water. I don't know. So what he does is he takes a running leap and jumps onto Lou Diamond Phillips. Louis Gosset Jr.
And then they swing back and forth and yell at each other for a good 4 minutes.
And the only reason it works is because the rope is so poorly made that it severs itself against its anchor.
Yeah, causing Louis Gosset Jr. to crush his nuts.
He lands on a rock square in the balls.
It is just spread eagle. It wasn't like he hits his nuts while the rest of him hits the ground. The only contact that is made between the earth and him is on his testicles. They suffer all of gravity's revenge. We should look up to find out if he had children after this movie.
Yes, that's a good question.
Because those might not ever work again.
Those are broken balls. God damn it. So Patricia gets nabbed, and she's going to get sacrificed with the holy blade, I guess, now.
Yeah, but they give her a cool outfit.
Yeah.
Put this on. That takes too long. Put this on. No, put this on. No, put this on. He says it like 5 times.
And she's already in a trance. She should just be like, okay, fine, whatever.
It's your party, buddy.
Yeah. And then the boys have climbed out of the chamber, like hanging up upside down from the ceiling.
Again, with the worst escape, it's like they finally get off the rope, and now they're still jerking around in the goddamn cave.
They're still in that cave?
They're climbing around the cave now. Like, oh my god, you're still in the fucking cave. You guys cannot escape this fucking thing. This is an action movie. You've been in this cave for 8 minutes.
Well, El Coyote's about to stab Patricia, but Chuck runs in and shoots him right in the chest. He's dead.
Oh my gosh.
One shot he makes.
Yeah, it's the one he got.
I actually hit him.
How about that? And then all of a sudden, she's like, oh, I'm going to stick the knife into the top of this altar. And sure as shit, it's a secret passageway that leads to the treasure. So much treasure.
There's just a lot of treasure.
Lots and lots of treasure. Whose treasure is this?
It seems like it's...
I think it's the Firewalkers, isn't it?
There's the Aztecs. There's the Egyptians. I saw just sort of like I think there was a probably circa 1920 Tiffany's lamp down there. There's the tiara for Miss America.
Right. The one of the treasure chests from the Black Pearl.
Like Pearl. Yeah.
Fort
Knox gold bars.
The One Ring to rule them all. Is there?
Yeah.
If I would have been in there, I would have Scrooge McDucked it. I would have just laid down in the treasure and then just did snow angels.
So
There was a leprechaun pot of gold in there too.
Yeah, absolutely. You're saying that this is the Firewalker's treasure.
That's what I thought it was.
What does Firewalker went up to the sun, walked around, and then found some treasure up there and then brought it back?
I think that people probably brought it to him to worship him.
Okay.
Sure.
And then before the civilization died, it was all put into this one room for the Firewalker
Okay.
and sealed off.
All right. That's not a bad theory, Jake. Well, let's just go with it. It's the
Sure,
Firewalker
why
story.
not?
Yeah. So they pack about 4 bags of this shit out of there.
Yeah. They get about 8% of the treasure, which is still a lot of treasure.
It's still a lot of treasure, but dude, come on, you got to have a better plan than this. We'll just fill up these potato sacks with treasure, and that's
This isn't Indiana Jones. It's contemporary. You got to know a guy with a helicopter if you're a treasure hunter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he gets cut in 5% or whatever it is. He's probably going to fucking make some screwy deal once you're in the chopper, like, oh, well, it's now 10%. You're like, fuck. You're always grinding me, Pete, but I think it's fair. Busting my balls. Either way, you end up with more money knowing Pete than just making off with 2 bags of it.
Yeah, they're not gonna 4 bags. Come on.
I don't know. Helicopters have weight limits. So
Yeah, they can make multiple trips.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to get it all in one trip.
So, but you can take 5 trips. The gas doesn't cost as much as the goddamn treasure. That treasure was a lot of treasure.
How are they gonna? They don't even have transportation from this temple to wherever they're going.
Doesn't matter. No, because then we just cut to the hotel scene.
They can fast travel.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, they
before
would
that, El
cut
Coyote
to
attacks
the-
too.
yeah.
El Coyote's not dead.
No, he's not. And he has really mastered, because he kills Ian Abercrombie with a face smash earlier. Then we find out that's kind of his move, because he grabs, after he knocks down Max, he grabs Leo, and starts smashing his face. And it looks like he's about to die from being face smashed.
Face smash, yeah.
Before Norris gets up and sort of kicks him in the side.
Face smasher. No, Patty, she stabs him in the back.
No, that's not yet.
Oh.
Norris kicks him off of Louis Gosset Jr., and then they fight for a while. He realizes he's superpowered. He's not going to beat him up.
Okay.
That's when Patricia stabs him.
I thought Chuck Norris got the face smash too.
He was getting face smashed, and then here comes Patricia, knife in the back.
Which
makes him human.
Does it?
It makes him, he can hurt now.
Because the finisher is just Chuck Norris kicks him in the face, and he's down.
He kicks him a lot, though. And then eventually the slow motion roundhouse. It's the end of every episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Sure.
Puts him down permanently.
Yeah.
Yep.
What a bullet and a knife couldn't do, I guess.
No, that's a bit.
Well, she sprinkles that powder on top of him, and he basically explodes in flame.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Fast travel
to a vacation spot, and they're having drinks and dinner, and hey, pass me that champagne, bud. And pan up to, oh no, the bartender's the general from before. Good to see you guys, gentlemen.
We meet again.
So stupid. Credits. Where do the questions end?
I only got 1.
I only wrote down 4.
I've got 20. Jackie, you only got 1. Why don't we just get yours out of the way?
Okay. So, how long before they ditch the lady? Because there are a lot of scenes, right, where Chuck Norris and her were going to kiss, and then he just kind of turns away, and they don't kiss, and I thought that was super weird.
They do eventually kiss, though.
Yeah, but they kiss, but then he does it again.
Yeah.
And like the next scene where he doesn't want to kiss her, so he just doesn't.
I think it's that she doesn't want to kiss him because he's fucking Chuck Norris and he's grody.
So anyway, there's a lot of those missed opportunities of the kissing scenes that should have happened that don't. So I'm kind of thinking that he's gonna get rid of her pretty soon.
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna. It's not a trio. Three's a crowd.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to treasure hunters. I think they can afford some high-end escorts now if they ever need the companionship of women.
They had said in the movie that there's going to be a lot of women.
A lot of women in their fun times ahead.
Yes.
So I would be willing to say that whatever the general has in store, they're not even going to make it to dessert. She's going to be like, you know what? I'm out. This isn't my bag. I'm out.
I think that this is the breakfast the morning after sort of thing.
Yeah. They're gonna.
It's amicable.
It's over. It's over already.
She had that adventure sex that she wanted. She's rich now. She can go do whatever. In all reality, she wants nothing to do with those two.
No, she does not.
They are that treasure. They're gonna burn that shit up. What do you think?
Well, they both got 1 bag of treasure.
They both got 2. She got 1.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they split it evenly, but it's enough to live the rest of your life on. I bet those guys go through it in 10 months.
I would say, less than a year. They're flat broke again.
Unless the nearest escapade with the general puts them right back to square one.
That could be too.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, before the end of the day.
Yes.
Sam,
Where is the general from?
what's the general's deal?
What is the deal with the general?
What's his beef with these guys?
I'm thinking it's a boat deal.
Yeah, could be a boat deal. Poker deal gone wrong, maybe. Like they bet the Millennium Falcon, and it.
So he can't be an acting general anymore. He has to be a former general. I think that's the deal.
Okay. All
I
right.
think what happened is that he got so screwed by these guys that he's lost his command, and now he's basically a glorified pirate, and he's got a permanent beef with these two knuckleheads.
And after the last job, he ended up working as a bartender to fill in the gaps in his income.
Yeah.
He's got bills to pay.
That's a pretty sweet place.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
if
actually,
you're
you
going to
make
be a
good tips.
bartender, I'd be a bartender there.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good tips.
All right.
Well, the biggest question:
Sure.
what's El Coyote's fucking deal, man?
Yeah, so I have the same question, but I phrased it differently. So Coyote becomes the Firewalker.
Does he?
No, let's say he does.
Right, that's his goal.
Yeah.
Then what? So it all works out on his end instead of the way it works out. Then what? He walks into the sky?
He walks into the sky and walks around the sun. Okay,
And then what?
have a good time.
I guess.
Bye-bye.
You have to kill this lady to do that? 'Cause
Send us a postcard.
I think I can get you there with this bag of fungus.
I don't know what his character motivations are at any point in time.
No.
And what's the deal with the knife? Does he want the knife? Does he not want the knife because he's
Needs
afraid
the-
of it?
He needs the knife to kill the girl so he can become the Firewalker.
He's not human though, is he?
He's already got magic powers.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah, he's a shaman of some kind.
Is he? Or I thought he was like a spirit already.
No, he's a shaman.
Huh.
The same thing as Tall Eagle.
Really? I don't know. That makes it more confusing to me.
Yeah, I got nothing, dude. I don't know what fucking El Coyote's deal is. I don't know what the fucking Firewalker is.
Yeah, there's no Firewalker in this movie called Firewalker. That
Yeah.
never happens. That's always good when they bone you like that.
Damn.
Was John Rhys Davies' Southern Marine the biggest invented character fail that you've ever seen?
What do you mean, invented
So, like, all right, come up with your character, John Rhys
Oh,
Davies.
yeah.
You come up with this and we'll do it. He
Why-
couldn't hold his accent.
Why wouldn't he be Mexican?
The guy's English. Just let him be English.
Sure, or whatever. But why Southern guy? That's not his thing.
He couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Let him be Sala, for fuck's sake.
I guess. Anything.
Why is he Corky? King Corky.
King Corky.
That's
Kind of
like
got a nice ring to
that's
it.
like Emperor Duddits. King Corky sucks.
Emperor, Grand Regent Emperor Duddits.
Here's Duddits.
Does he only say that? Yeah, he only says that. Really doesn't say anything else? Yeah. Why is he the emperor? It's a slow week.
King Corky.
King, and he's got corks hanging from his hat.
God.
It's like his theme. Because it's my name.
I'm Corky from the South. I'm going to be king someday.
Oh, it's awful.
King of lies. Because
King of lies.
you're not. What are you the king of? Mexico?
Shithole stand.
San
Is San
Pastrami?
Is that a town?
I
or
think
a
it's a-
country?
A country. There were some other fake countries around it on that same map.
They go to San Miguel though. They're like, "Hey, we've arrived in San Miguel." When they take the plane, like we're taking the plane to San Miguel. Like it's a city. Fuck. All right. So El Coyote came down while Leo was washing dishes, kidnapped him, then took him to his cave and hung him up in above hot water all night long.
There's a good... I would assume that they sort of played cards
Okay.
until... It's like an 18-hour period. He would not do okay if he was hung up the whole
No,
time.
his arms would come off and he
So
would
they
die.
probably came to a gentleman's arrangement where it's like, I'm obviously not going to escape from you because you're a weird magic dude.
Got magic powers.
We're both going to be here for a while. So we should just probably play cards.
Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Liar's Poker.
No, you can't play that for that long. You'd have to
Better Call Corky.
Better Call Corky.
He's the king of lies. It's really, he didn't get eaten by an alligator. He's just been kidnapped.
You know he can't be eaten by an alligator because it's too much of like a Louis Gosset Jr. just disappeared. Had that been the end of him, it would have been the worst getting rid of a character ever.
Yeah.
It would have been like, well, he must have just walked off the set, and this is where they were at, so he's not in the movie anymore.
Yeah, indeed.
Why do you think El Coyote gave up on the snake patrol? And I'm prefacing this because in the middle of the desert, he's using boa constrictor snake patrols, and when they get to the jungle, you would think that's when snake patrol would really
Very helpful.
be in like its element. Like snake patrol would be, and he stops then.
Like, we don't even need alligators. We can just have boa constrictors crush these people to death while they're sleeping,
They're everywhere down there.
and no one would think that it was magic because it's the fucking jungle.
Yeah, it's full of giant snakes that you can control because you're a coyote?
Maybe he's also able to control the alligators, though, because they're both reptiles,
I guess.
which he doesn't do a very good job of controlling because Louis Gosset Jr. does not get eaten by an alligator.
No, he doesn't.
That's what I would have done.
I would make, if I was magic, I would just make the alligators fly.
That's
So
just
it'd be
what
like
you would
just
do.
a hazard of fly. Like, how long do you think those three would have lasted against flying alligators? 12 seconds. Nobody's going to last against flying alligators.
My last question. Or
Okay.
you go ahead.
Okay. Why is he he never does anything that's coyote-like.
I don't
It's
know.
all reptile shit. They should
Yeah.
it should have been the snake or something. Coyote?
El Coyote.
El Coyote.
I didn't even realize that he was El Coyote until the film was over and I had to look it up on IMDb because I remember the coyote warning, but I just kept expecting actual coyotes to attack them.
Because he's a snake man.
He's a snake guy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe El Snake was already taken.
El Snake is already taken.
Yeah, El Snake doesn't sound as good as El Coyote.
He's like, no, El Snake was in the Conan movie. You gotta do something else. All right, Coyote, fine. That's good enough.
So part of the deal with Tall Eagle
Okay.
is that he
Whap, 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 whap.
was willing to help them and give them information in exchange for 20% of the profits if the information led them to something. Does he get his 20%?
Again, with these guys, I think they had the best of intentions to cut him in on the deal, but they already spazzed it in the misadventure involving the general at the bar.
Okay.
So he's just sort of shit out of luck with everybody else except for the gal who goes back and invests it responsibly.
So he gets her 20%.
No, she just leaves with her money. They were supposed to cut him in. They lost his end of it. It's a bad deal.
Tall Eagle has superpowers.
Sure.
Is Tall Eagle a spirit of vengeance? Does he go after their asses until they pay that 20%? Or does he even help? Does he lead them to the treasure? Because that's part of the other part of the negotiation.
Can't tell if he helped them. I know he helped them with the one spot, but
Yeah, I think that she pays her 20% to him because of the little bag of crap.
Oh, yeah. The bag of crap did
yeah,
come in
that's
handy.
true.
Yeah, the
Unless
dust
it
bag.
didn't. Unless Sam's right and the knife causes El Coyote to become mortal and then Chuck Norris punches him, kicks him to death. The bag of stuff just made for a nice Viking
it's,
funeral.
You know, I think that's a very good making sure.
Okay.
It's double tap.
All right. Sure. All right. I don't know if it's worth 20% of the fucking fortune for.
No, but
I mean,
they
if
did.
you're that
He
concerned.
did save the lives of them by masturbating. So,
It's also helpful.
but they don't know that.
That's true. Yeah.
That's sort of
You could write him a letter. Could be, like, my attorney needs to talk to you about something. You owe us 20% because I beat off
Yeah.
for your safety.
Do you think he even remembers? Because he forgets stuff in the middle of scenes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Final recommendations on the film. Jackie,
do it. I super liked
you
it.
liked it? All right. What'd you like about it?
I just thought it was quirky and kind of fun, and I liked the hard cuts to the next scene. It's like, oh, we're not going to address that.
Yeah.
Just on to the next thing.
Okay.
And I thought that it moved pretty good.
Okay. All right. Sammy?
Yeah, I the same recommendation would be because of how they did everything they could to keep the thing moving. And one of the things they did is cut it into an incomprehensible mess. The only parts that drag are the parts that you couldn't do anything about, like them trying to escape from the cave because it's just like such a bad execution of storytelling. Like, it's written long, it's shot long, they can't escape the cave, they're still in the goddamn cave, which ends up being funny, I think. So even though it had potential, I think about 15 minutes through, I was like, this could really be something, and it doesn't end up getting anywhere close to like a Hall of Fame or anything, but it was a good time.
I'm going to say exactly the same thing, except for I'm going to be a little bit harsher. I think that the middle section drug for me. I didn't move. I could have gone without Sulla completely. I could have gone without the banana field incident completely.
Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy either of those sequences. But when it starts, I was like, uh-oh, this may be my favorite Chuck Norris movie, but it is now not. Delta Force is still better than this one. But yeah, definitely too. It's good, not great.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun. Next up is Jackie Lulu's pick. You got a clue? You skipped Glitter for Dreamer. You want to go back to the Glitter, or you got something else in mind?
Glitter.
Okay, we're doing Glitter next week.
Oh, boy.
Should be not a lot of fun, but
no.
We'll see. Come back to us on Friday for the prelude episode to Glitter. And in the meantime, get to the chopper. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.
Sorry, it's fucking with Speedy.
There are too many.
Sorry, I didn't realize
He's like, there's so many feet to lick. He's just alternating licking feet.